Okay, here's a video of the inside of my battery box. People always ask how you have it wired and what it does. Okay, here's the plug. I think it's called Dean's. I think they're called Dean's connectors. Connects the battery, and you go to positive. I went to a switch, over to a fuse, and then from the fuse it goes over to the positive on the speed controller. I don't know if I got it tight enough. Anyway, and then the negative just goes up to the battery. Now the speed controller has these wires that go out, and they have Dean's also that plug into the motors. Each side has its own connector. And I ran the antenna up through the box for the radio. Okay. That's all pretty straightforward. Your speed controller has got these wires, just like any RC car servo would have. Plugs right into a regular, this is a radio receiver. This is a Spectrum, I don't know, 3-channel. And okay, there's a third channel. Okay, these two wires are for the throttle and steering. And there's this third wire that's for an auxiliary. It's called an auxiliary plug, which I just put an extension, ran it outside, and this is just a regular computer. I think it's called a Molex, because it's all I had. And that's for my electric mower. This Molex plug plugs in and goes down to a servo that turns the blade on and off on my electric mower. On the gas mower, it's not needed. You're just using the speed controller and the radio to drive the thing. Okay, so it's pretty straightforward. There's got it all insulated really well, so because it's inside the battery box, I didn't want any shorts or nothing. So there's the switch on the back and the fuse. The fuse is right there. The switch is right there. Okay. Now the batteries, I should say, 24 volt. And I've got, this is the plug that supplies power to the switch, the fuse, the speed controller. The speed controller supplies the power for the radio, because it can't handle 24 volt by any means. I think it's 3 volts, if I'm not mistaken, 3 or 4. Okay, so the speed controllers handle the power for that, so I don't need I don't need to reduce the power or have a separate set of batteries. It works really good. Okay, that's that set of Dean's right there. There's another one comes over to this fuse, the same kind of fuse that's on the top of the case. This fuse ties into this Dean's. Now this one is always hot because it supplies power to the blade on the electric mower. The switch is down in the mower that's run by that servo, so I didn't need to have a separate switch up here, just the fuse. And it's just for protection. I probably don't even need the fuse, but I had it and thought it was a good idea. It has blown a few times if you're in real heavy grass, or you get tangled in some wire or something. If something happens, it'll just pop the fuse and it's easy to reset. So that's that. Very easy to wire if you just think about, what you're doing. It's all labeled. The speed controller's all labeled. Got your, on the right hand side there, on the right hand side it says for the left motors. This is the battery positive and negative, and these two, this side is for the right motors, positive and negative. So it's all self-explanatory on this speed controller. Some of the other ones they'll just be a little printed circuit board, and you probably want to put that in a case. I'm thinking maybe a sealed case. This one, the Sidewinder, already comes in a real nice heavy-duty outdoor case, so I thought it's definitely the best one. But you put the speed controller in a little project box about this size and keep it well insulated. Notice all the all the terminals are really well insulated and the battery's all insulated, so I really don't worry too much about shorts and stuff when it's bouncing around. And yeah, well, if you need any other help, let me know.